Today we're going to discuss a complete guide on how you can get in early on some of the hottest crypto projects in the space. In 2017 we saw this crazy ICO boom where a lot of these projects boomed and busted, just like we see in all markets. It's pretty insane, just like you see like with penny stocks, for example, in past stock market cycles, or different emerging market funds or hedge funds. They went boom and bust. You have to do your own research, and that's why we always have that link in the description down below on my do your own research strategy, how you need to analyze fundamentals, technicals, sentimentals, really understand the project, the founders, the roadmap, the white paper. All these different things is explained down below, and it's so important you understand this in these projects. My personal strategy for ICOs in getting in early is I use profits from other trades or other coins and put them in. So if I'm taking profit as a coin is kind of spiking, tiered kind of taking profits, I start putting them into smaller cap things. This is kind of the little old lady strategy. It's also in my altcoin profit taking strategy down below. But really in this video, we're going to explain Ico Drops, the website, how you can kind of use this site to identify past really nicely performing ICOs, initial coin offerings, and then figure out, how can you identify actual quality initial coin offerings that are upcoming. So we explain all that. We kind of go in some of the past ones, analyze a bit of them, a basic overview of that, and then talk about some of the new upcoming ones. At the time of recording this, there's a lot of different ones that are coming up. So again, it's so important that you realize you don't want to bet the farm on any of these. It's like penny stocks basically. So you want to understand the technology behind each product and behind each project, and really what their real world use case is, whether it's like a meme coin like Doge, where it's like, toss 10 bucks into it, whatever. There's really nothing to lose if you're pulling profits, like from a trade, for example, like if you're doing leverage trading, which we talk about on this channel, how you can kind of create passive income. I have a video down below on $100 a day margin trading, how you can do that. And so if you're pulling profits from those and it's like passive income, and you're, instead of buying like whatever, you're gonna buy like a bag or like some pair of shoes, man, toss them into 5 different ICO projects, or toss them into some low cap coins and see where they grow. Minimize your risk while maximizing the potential. So kind of interesting. Let's jump right into it. So we're here in Ico Drops. This is again the hub for all things initial coin offerings. Obviously there was kind of this speculative bubble, as we see with all markets throughout history, in 2017 with ICOs, but they're still going on now. And in my opinion, this is very high risk, but also very high reward. So you have to mitigate risk. What I personally do is I only invest with profits I've made from either trading or pulling just extra profits from other coins that I've gotten into or other investments. When I'm pulling profits, I really only invest in something this high risk. Again, when it's not like it's not like passive income from something else, it's just purely profits. So if I wouldn't have earned those profits, maybe I wouldn't have invested in something like this. But you have to form your own strategy with this. I recommend watching the video linked in our description on basically how to pull profits in altcoins, basically using Da Vinci's little old lady strategy, whereas as something doubles, you can kind of consider maybe pulling out like half of your initial investment. As it kind of doubles from there, you can pull out the other half, and then you have the rest kind of just riding. And that's kind of like a moon bag, as they call it, is like anything that's like zero risk to it. It's just like you're holding on for the long term. Most projects that I'm in, I apply the strategy, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna set this and forget this. 10, 15 years, we'll see how this goes. Or you can kind of do a different strategy where like you have a moon bag, but you pull out profits continually, like in each bull run. You can build your own strategy with this, but the main thing is to realize is you're not going to be able to do this without getting in on any of these projects. So that's what Ico Drops is so key, in my opinion. You see the active ICOs, the upcoming ICOs, and then the ended ICOs. So the ended ICOs, I was actually analyzing this one, this Peanut DeFi, quite interesting. You can see all these like raising, like this raised a pretty interesting amount of money. I mean, about $5 million. Doing this all on decentralized finance is pretty incredible, in my opinion. Bridge Mutual is a great one. Paid network. These launched on PokerStarter, a project that I really like. Check out our video on that. How to get in early on PokerStarter projects. Just scroll through our video feed, or it'll be linked in the description. So quite interesting here, in my opinion. You also have pools. Covered that. Covered YOP. So those are all in past videos. I think this is quite interesting. So like. For these upcoming ICOs, again, these are at time of recording this, so this video will be coming out a bit later, but I would just recommend clicking the link in the description. It'll take you right to this Ico Drops website, and this is really the hub for all things getting in early. So you can see currently right now, the active ICOs, you have Razor Network, you have SafePal, and when you click on these, you can kind of see, for example, if we just go into Razor Network, I don't know a ton about this, so I'm not saying invest in it, don't just FOMO in. You have to do your own research on this stuff. It's so key. That video is always linked in the description, how to do your own research, kind of like my strategy and a couple other strategies. I would check out the white paper and the website for each of these projects. The token sale for this, for example, ends in 5 hours. This is the amount received. When you're on their website, typically you can figure out how you can get into each project. And they also kind of have this breakdown. I kind of like this on ICO Network. They have it very, very briefly stated here. So ticker symbol Razor, token type, it's on the Ethereum blockchain, so it's an ERC20 token. One Razor equals about 50 cents. Fundraising goal is about 20 million tokens. Total tokens is 1 billion tokens. So quite interesting. It's a governance token, and you can check out everything here. But it's very, again, with all these very high risk, very high reward. If we go here to upcoming ICOs, I was curious, is Blockfolio really having an ICO? This is quite interesting because Blockfolio I actually use a bit to track my, let's check this out. And these are the very, very, there's no data on this. Blockfolio is the leading network for mobile cryptocurrency portfolio tracking and management. This is quite interesting. I don't know how official this is. Token sale period isn't set. Yeah. I mean, this is like an application I use to like track some, so you don't have to constantly be going in and out of your wallets. If you're holding tokens on many different wallets, it's also interesting. What is this MetaMask? So I would be very, very careful with this. Like, again, they're saying like soon, but there's nothing really official about this. The main ones that are coming up are like, these other kind of like very, very smaller coins. Like MetaMask is obviously huge if you use Web 3.0. So you have like Equilibrium, you have Inverse, and with all these Pokédex, we can check that one out. Where was that? Pokédex, let's check this out. Trading engine for Web 3.0. And DeFi, a fully decentralized peer-to-peer order book based on cryptocurrency exchange for the DeFi ecosystem in Substrate. So token sale is soon. Goal not set. Again, a lot of these, they're not quite set, and there's not a ton listed about them. So a good strategy to do is actually study past successful IPOs where they've actually had good long-term growth. So you can go here to past ICOs or ended ICOs and really study these, like how they played out, what were the good ones, what were the bad ones, what were kind of the difference, and all these, like Exceed Me, that's obviously a great one. Let's scroll down more. Let me know in the comments if you're seeing some that you got into. Yield is a great one. API 3, of course. So quite interesting here. Plasma Pay. So a lot of great ones. If you got into these, let me know in the comments. You can also go over here to Ico Stats. I think this is quite interesting. And then it'll just have the full breakdown of like KPIs. So like the return on investment here, obviously with pools, was absolutely incredible. Some of these quite stagnant so far. Exceed Me, I think, is one that'll do very, very well. Let's see, Unify. So quite interesting. None of these really have negative, but again, like in short-term percentage, yes. Like API 3 is down a bit, but in overall growth, it's pretty insane. So quite interesting in my opinion. Definitely check out Ico Drops. I'll have the links to everything kind of mentioned in the description down below. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this style video, let me know in the comments, what else you want to see from me. If you want to see more like DeFi style videos, if you want to see other videos on investment sectors like real estate, like commodities, like stocks, let me know down below. Thank you very much for listening. As always, like, subscribe button all, invest global, and until next time.